The Uncensored Sports Podcast is in the building. We hear me, Tim and Wayne, three of the four horsemen, three of the founding fathers, if you will, for more than just the podcast. But what's up, what's up, everybody? X-Man, I see you. And Pumans coming off a nice Sixers victory. Joel Embiid and Maxey both with 30 points. Maxey with 32, B with 36. And a pretty much game. I popped in and out the game all evening. I was doing some other stuff, playing in the snow and all that other stuff. But the game always seemed, it was halftime, it was 68-60. The game never really seemed, from my standpoint, when I peeped in, it never really seemed in doubt. It just seemed like we always kind of had control of the game. And everybody was clicking on all cylinders. What my man Toby had. Toby had 12. This is his worst performance in a while. Is he back to Toby 3 for 11, or is it just a bad game? Or
no, it wasn't a bad game. We didn't need him to do what he needed to do. He was okay with what he did. He was fine.
Okay.
It wasn't like I needed, like it just wasn't needed. That's the best way I can say it. Just we didn't need the points.
I mean, I could agree with that. Go ahead. I mean, what's the rest of your thoughts? I thought it was a good, solid win. Like I said, I popped in and out the game. And Puman saying that the team chemistry is on the whole beam right now. Are y'all agreeing with that? Has this coach tapped into what other coaches have not been able to when it comes to a team centered around the big man Joel Embiid? What y'all think?
I mean, I think so far, I think that's what it appears to be. Embiid is a monster. I mean, did you see the step through the one Tim was hating? Tim tried to say because he was copying off.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw he threw off the glass and he's acting like, yeah, that was nice.
He was copying off of Anthony Edwards, so we all can agree.
Anthony Edwards copied off of Kobe, so what? It been a whole bunch of people that did that. Anthony Edwards ain't inventing nothing.
T-Mac do that. Kobe did that. A lot of people who kind of did that.
I know a lot of people did it. But look, neither one of them played in the league in the last 15 years. What I'm saying is, he saw it.
How many 7 footers? How many 7 footers? How many 7 footers you seen?
It doesn't matter. You know he saw it yesterday. You know he seen it yesterday. I was like, you know what? That looked like fun, and he did the exact same thing.
And guess what? He that good that he could do that. He gonna watch somebody do something the day before and say, you know what? I could do that, and he come out and do it with ease.
We all agree with that.
It's like no.
We are agreeing. But
Tim hating.
But no, for real though, man. Embiid's a monster though. Embiid's a monster. Hey, what you say, Tim?
Yeah. No, I was saying the team. You can see the chemistry that's growing. The team is definitely growing. I'm impressed with how we do have better role players. We have better role players this year than we did last year. There is no what's the guy Milton on our team.
No, PJ Tucker, you mean? Say that name.
Yeah, we don't have PJ Tucker. It's like we have we have much better role players this year than we do last year.
I agree.
Wait a minute. Who brought these role players in? Because I'm being told every day you and the other half of the Twins always talking about how trash Morey is and this and that. Now you talking about how good our bench is. So who
I
brought
think we
the
have
bench
better
in?
role players. Like we still.
So who made the bench better? Who made it better?
It doesn't matter. The players that make the players
that who brought in. The players that who brought in.
Listen, you're trying to give Morey all this credit. But you cannot give Morey a bunch of credit until we get past the second round. That's bottom line. We're playing well. We had stretches last year where we played well. Bottom line is we can't start popping champagne when we haven't gotten to the point where we always get stuck at. It's like we're still on the roller coaster, still trying to go up. Until we go over, I'm not sitting here celebrating. I'm applaud the win that we had tonight. I'm gonna cheer the success that we're having, but I am not going. I'm not celebrating more.
Well, guess what? Then keep that same energy instead of panicking whenever some other team makes a trade and you see we stink. Morey stinks. Everybody making trades and Morey stinks. How about had that same I'm a wait and see attitude that you talking about? You want to wait and see to the second round. Then don't be ripping whatever moves or whatever they making now because it don't matter. We got to see what the end result is.
You still have to make.
No,
because you still got to make some changes. If you know you got stuck last year at a certain point, and those teams that you're playing all made changes except for you. I mean, every last one of those teams made a change. Every one of them. from Boston to the Bucks to Pacers.
We made a change this offseason. We didn't make a change this offseason.
What did we change? We got rid of Harden.
We brought in this deep bench, and Maxey and moved out the way so Maxey could step up. We went out. We got Oubre.
Max is still here.
We got Oubre as a free agent. Oubre wasn't a nice free agent pickup.
These was all.
Oubre was good.
We've made some fringe changes this year, all on the fringes.
I mean, sometimes
to make trades now.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at what Tim's saying because Murray's still on the clock. Obviously, I think we all agree. I think Wayne agrees with that too. But at the same time, sometimes, sometimes you get addition by subtraction. I think what we did with Harden, and because I think it allowed Maxey to really flourish in the role that he's playing in now. But sometimes you don't want to, and this is why this is the only thing that concerns me. Sometimes you don't want to tweak too much. I used to hear an old saying. My man used to say the common saying is, "If it ain't broke, don't fix it." Right? But is it possible to fix it till it's broke? Like, can you start tinkering with it too much till you end up breaking it? And that's what is a little concerning to me. Where I can see where, all right, you can improve on Melton if you go get the bull from Atlanta who came from the Spurs. What's his name? Deontay. What's his name? Tim. Deontay Murray. Yes. If you go get him, all right, that will work for me. He's a great defensive dude. Yeah, I mean, he got some size on him, and he's a defensive minded player. I like a dude like that, especially like. It's like Tim always say with Maxey being so offensive. I can work with that. I can work with that. Mm-hmm. But you run the risk of messing up chemistry. Chemistry is a powerful thing, man. When you see teams get the winning and get the rolling, and you see dynasties and all that kind of stuff, a lot of that is chemistry. Just think about the Sixers team that finally broke through with Allen Iverson. We kept losing to Atlanta in the playoff. I mean, Indiana in the playoffs and all that. And then we finally broke through because we kept that same team. We didn't do too much tweaking. We had Aaron McKee, Tyrone Hill, George Lynch, and all them. And we finally broke through, and that team just gelled at the right time and got busy. So I'm not saying we can't add to the team, but you do have to be very judicious about the moves that you make, especially when you see a team playing this well together.
But let
and I think go ahead.
You keep saying about team chemistry, but this team has so many lineups this year already. Embiid missed about 7-8 games. Then you had Melton missed about 5 or 6 games, and then you have Batum missed about 6 games. Then you have Oubre,
and they struggled. And they struggled, and when all them players started coming back, all of a sudden they started winning.
We struggled with Embiid. We haven't lost a lot of games, but when Embiid was out, we did struggle. But what I'm saying is we've had different lineups already in the starting 5. So to me, to make an upgrade, if you upgrading. I just see a weakness at the shooting guard position. And I also think that Maxey, if you go for a point guard,
you mean you saying Maxey's playing saying Maxey's the point guard and you need a shooting guard?
No, Max is playing point guard, but I say you can find more success if you go grab another point guard and have Maxey playing off the ball. You might see a whole different Maxey out there. I think Maxey's strength is a shooting guard.
I've always said that. That's my talking point since day one, and now you're trying to take my talking points. But that's cool. I'll let you borrow.
Honestly, I like the way Pat Bev has been playing. I think that's another big pickup that
playing well
in the offseason. And a Philly Eagles fan, I actually agree. I don't think that we can win a 7. It would be a struggle to win a 7-game series against the Celtics with the team as constituted. However, I know I'm about to say, however, if you're telling me I'm coming back with, you do have, it could kind of end up being like that team was when Miami lost to Dallas. Remember when they had all those a different array of defensive wings to guard it against Brian and make stuff difficult for Brian and them. I mean, but that being said, we can make a trade. And this all I'm saying is I'm down to make a trade. But I'm not just running to make a trade because everybody else is making a trade, and I'm not ready to just sell all the way out like some people in here. Every minute they get trade Tobias, get rid of Tobias. We get rid of Tobias, and no, why? Tobias is a productive member of this team, so I do want to make a trade, and I do agree with some. I agree with can't even call it. We need help rebounding. Our other teams like Orlando was down to get a lot of offensive rebounds on us. So
Denver
I mean, we do. But that's what Mo Bamba and Paul Reed supposed to be doing, and they're not doing it coming off that bench.
But you can't rebound unless you got another. You need 2 rebounders down there. You can't just have him. He's that when Paul Reed comes in, he's taking the place of Joel Embiid. There needs to be more rebounding. You're not getting that from Tobias. You're not getting that from Batum. You need Embiid needs help. You know how it is.
I mean, the good part about that though is if the other team is getting offensive rebounds, they ain't making shots.
But it don't matter because they will make the better the team. They will make more shots. You know how you can play when we be in Boathouse, bro, and I leave you down there by yourself getting rebounds, and you like, yo, I need some help on the boards.
But if we win, it's all good. If we win, it's all good. Six is winning.
But
X-Men said Tim, the Bucks is trash. They have no defense. Boston is top heavy, and Indy not doing nothing. So stop being scary. So he's saying that you shook right now. Is this
I thought Indy was doing better than they are. I thought they was doing better than they are.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
but is this the talk of a shook man, or is this legitimate? What you saying here?
Right now, what you call is out with the hamstring injury. What's my name? Halliburton. Halliburton's not gonna be. He's gonna be done for the next couple of weeks. But
how long he been out for so far?
About 2 weeks.
Has he?
But what they're doing is they're pacing themselves. No pun intended. But they are pacing themselves for that run come April and May. Now they got the boys Pascal Siakam. So I don't know. And then the Knicks, don't sleep on the New York Knicks. When we went up against the Knicks, they out physical us. They kind of manhandled us. And to me, if we got to play them in a 7-game series, that can go either way because Maxey and what's their guard? He matches up very well against Maxey. So, I mean,
who's that?
New York Knicks guard. Brunson, yeah. He matches well. They're interchangeable to me.
Maxey and B might be.
If we don't make no trades and we went in as is, yeah, you got Brunson, but we could throw Pat Bev and throw Melton at him. So, I mean, I don't think Melton played when we played him. That being said, I'm willing to make that trade. Like you said, I think DeJounte Murray is the pickup, and I do think that's what they're eyeing. But see, you one of the ones. Tim the kind of dude that can't do no bargain shopping. As soon as the other team come out, you're like, they want 2 first-round picks, give it to them. Like, bro, like ease up, like let negotiations happen, bro. That's not how stuff happen.
No, you don't wait. First of all,
you do.
Like, I said this earlier. When Atlanta traded for him from the Spurs, they gave up 3 first-round picks. So you stop acting up when Atlanta's only asking now for 2 picks for the Bull. So to me, it's like, what? Go and get him, go grab him, build that chemistry that you've been talking about. The earlier you do it, the more chemistry you have come the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing with that. I think my whole thing was from the very beginning, I wanted a more traditional point guard to play it next to Maxey. But if you substitute that with a defensive-minded guard, I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I mean that
Melton
to
was
me,
supposed to be.
Yes, but and Melton, and truth be told, Melton went through a little rough patch. I'm still not completely done on Melton. Would I rather have Murray than Melton?
I'm not either.
But I'm still not completely done on Melton like Tim is. Melton he's still a young boy, only 24 years old. And he plays, he struggled last year in the playoffs, but he's still young. So I'm not just saying that we can't win with the Bull Melton. I mean, do we look good? We winning games without him, but we won games with him too. So
we look horrible. I mean,
you can't, you think so? We look horrible with Melton?
He can't shoot. He's too streaky.
I mean, I haven't, honestly, I'm not going to act like I watch Murray that much through his career. I know he's defensive, but can he shoot like that? What's his 3-point percentage? Is it better than Melton's?
He shoots 30%.
Tim don't know.
He shoots 30%.
Okay, what Melton shooting?
Like 33%.
No, yeah.
I got to fact check this.
Tim just got, you see Tim, he might be.
I got to do my thing.
You see the way Tim. You see the way Tim.
You got to do my thing.
Look it up.
Let me see. Somebody pull the stats. Melton is open floor. Melton in the open floor is tragic. He's not that bad.
He's not good.
Let me check my stats. What he's shooting for the year.
If you telling me I could trade Melton and a draft pick and bring in Murray, I'd do it. I would.
Murray right now, 3-point percentage wise. Tim is right. He's shooting 38% 3.
Look at that.
And what's Melton shooting?
About 33.
Melton. DeAnthony Melton is
Who's checking the
shooting.
tapes now, Ed Pooh? And Boozilla, I agree. Melton, I do think Melton is better off the bench, and hopefully, once he gets back,
36% from three, so he's shooting 2 percentage points lower.
Tim tried to cut him all the way down to 33.
Yeah,
he's still. It don't
Wait,
look
he's
good.
shooting 36%, and you looking at it like he's thinking it up. So just imagine. So what you expecting to be shooting?
He's not playing well. Like overall, what's he shooting from the floor?
Oh, listen. I
what he
take
shoot from
Murray
the floor
over Melton.
overall? He's shooting.
So,
Can't even call it. Said Melton shot like 29% on
layups.
He has missed a lot of layups.
Field goal. He's shooting 40% field goal.
That's terrible. Yeah,
Who is
starting shooting guard? Melton. That's your starting shooting guard.
Okay, versus Murray. Murray is shooting 47% field goal.
Yeah.
And
DeJounte Murray is definitely an upgrade.
And he's shooting average. Melton's shooting 5.8 threes a game.
Oh wait, the Celtics lost tonight. Oh,
be scared. I was watching the game. Was it over yet? I was watching on while y'all was talking.
Boston finally lost on their home field. They never on their home court. They haven't lost at all this year.
Oh yeah, it's over. Denver beat 102-100. Yep, nice. That helps us catch up to Boston in the standings.
We beat Denver.
48% for a shooting guard is not bad.
We beat Denver.
No. Who said that? X-Men, that's not bad. That's actually very good field goal percentage for a shooting guard. That's excellent. For a big man, not so much. For a shooting guard, that's top tier for a shooting guard.
Exactly.
You think Kobe Bryant didn't shoot 47? I don't think Kobe Bryant shot 47% in his whole career.
No, it's good. Yeah, 48% is good.
Oh, he's saying okay. No, he's saying okay. You asked me. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, that's really good for a shooting guard. So I mean, like I said, I'm cool with Murray. I'm not hating on that move at all. They said X-Men said Jokic was cooking Porzingis, and guess who cooked Jokic? Joel Embiid. I wanted to come on here and make a statement, but last time I made a statement about how good somebody was, it didn't turn out so well for me. So I don't think I'm gonna go out on a limb like that. I was going to say that Embiid and Maxey might be the best 1-2 punch, at least for big man guard punch right now in the league. Even better than Jokic and Murray. But last time I gave somebody props when I gave Jalen Hurts, I anointed him as the best quarterback in the league. The wheels fall off. So guess what? I'm just asking the question. I'm not making no statement no more. I'm just asking the question. What y'all think about Embiid and Maxey as one of the best 1-2 combos in the NBA right now?
Well, if we talking about scoring wise, I think they are the top scoring tandem in the league right now.
Okay.
Maxey gave us 32 tonight, and Embiid gave us 36. Embiid barely even played the fourth quarter.
Exactly. This is what Embiid is putting up, and he like that year. Remember that year when when Golden State was blowing everybody out so bad that Steph Curry wasn't playing in the fourth quarters? That's what Embiid doing now.
That's true. That is true.
So I mean, and it's good. He had to come out in the fourth. We got another game tomorrow night. So, and Kenny McCall. Listen, man. You see flashes with Paul Reed. But then all of a sudden it's like he reverts back to the idiot. Like in one breath, it looked like he doing all the fundamental sound stuff, and then out of nowhere, it's just like his brain just turns off in the middle, and he just start doing goofiness.
Yeah, I agree with that. And to me, actually, though, one thing that's been solid with him is defense. I think his defense is good. His offense sometimes be sporadic and all over the place, but he definitely get at a block shot. He's active. I like him. He's athletic for a boy his size. I like him kind of coming in spurts defensively. Maybe not shooting so much, but I actually do like him defensively around the rim. I thought he always played Giannis pretty well when he played. They used to get call out of corny fouls on him when he used to play Giannis, but I thought he actually defended Giannis pretty well anytime he would get in there against him. So I think he cool.
Yeah, I agree with you agreeing with the point that I was making back then at that time.
I always agree with you. That was Tim and Ethan used to hate, and then Tim started coming around. Tim all over the place. And who knows? He hates you one day, and then you the man the next, and then he hate on you again, like he doing with Toby. He was hating Toby. Now,
but I don't think Paul Reed is a center. That's another thing. I don't think Paul Reed is a center at all. I think Paul Reed is I think it's a backup power forward right now. He should be coming in as the backup. I agree. I think Mo Bamba. I wouldn't mind seeing more of the lineups when you got Mo Bamba and you got Paul Reed in there together. So
Ethan been talking about Mo Bamba since over there in Orlando, since he got here.
Well, when we got him, man, it was a little bit of a nice pickup. That's another pickup that Maury did. But we ain't do no changes this offseason. But and that's just like even for real on the defense, I think we got the top 5 defense in the league. We haven't even had Covington has been down for a while. I mean, Melton is another defender.
I don't know why I depended on Covington. Oh, he's an older player no more now.
Covington is like Denny Green. It's like Denny Green. He like a Denny Green type.
Yeah, it's like
he's a little bit taller. His defense is before he got here, Covington still was being renowned as a very good defensive player in his league.
Hey, Abdul, I'm gonna address that question for you,
His
Abdul.
mom was saying that about him.
Okay, you got a lot of shade going to I mean, Covington is 32. He still can play defense. How old is Batum? So Batum not out there playing solid defense and hitting threes? They're around in the same character. Age.
If y'all talk about Paul Reed, everybody in the comment section, if y'all hate on Paul Reed not being able to finish, and y'all hate on Melton not being able to finish at the rim, Rocco is 3 to 4 times worse at finishing at the rim.
Oh yeah, than
Melton will ever be. And Paul Reed, he for a dude 6'7", it amazes me how bad he is at just basically laying the ball up. It's crazy. It's strange. I don't know. I've never seen nothing like it before. But I mean, he could shoot. He don't have no handle. He's
the typical 6.
He can shoot and he can play defense. I agree.
That's what I'm saying. He's the typical 3-and-D player.
But finishing at the rim is bizarre. How awkward he looked going to the rim. I don't get it for a dude his size and playing basketball that long. But Abdul asked about was y'all done talking about the Sixers? Abdul wanted to ask a football question.
It don't matter to me. What y'all want to talk
He asked who y'all think winning the Super Bowl.
Who I want to win is the Ravens. Who I think will win, I really don't know. Depends on what the refs want.
Depending on what the league wants. Is the league?
So you gave up all hope. He's like my wife. You gave up all hope of the game.
I don't trust the NFL more than you could just. I just don't trust them. I don't trust the league. I don't.
What's up, B Hack? He said he agreed Paul Reed is a 4. I do agree with that, Wayne. I do agree that he's and a couple other people who said that in the comment section. I agree.
Right.
I wonder why they don't ever put him at a 4. What is it? Is it something? What about him being at the 4 that they don't like? Because Doc never wanted to run him at the 4 either. Everybody keep trying to make him a backup center.
But I think at the 4 in the day's NBA, and I'm gonna come back to Abdul. I'm gonna give y'all my Super Bowl picks. But I think at the 4 in today's NBA, you need a little bit more of a stroke on that jump shot, and I don't think they trust him that much to be trying to draw the defense out to shoot. So I think that might be the problem with him right now. That's why I actually think Nick Nurse was trying to work him into being the 4. That's why he started changing his mechanics on shooting as soon as he got there. I think he do want him to play a little bit more before. And
if he wanted to play the 4 some with Embiid.
He did. But I don't think they trust his shooting yet. Once he get his shooting down, I think they're switching. They might give more time at the 4. As regards Super Bowl, I'm just carry on from last pod when Wayne couldn't say anomaly. He was saying anemone and all that. But I do want Baltimore to win. I'm actually kind of mad at myself because somebody was trying to sell me some Baltimore tickets and I didn't take them, but it's going to be freezing out there. So I might not be too mad at myself. But my son wants to go to a Ravens game. He likes Lamar Jackson. I'm a fan of Lamar Jackson. I was critical of Lamar Jackson early on because his accuracy was a little suspect, but he tightened all that up right now. I told y'all, I think he's the MVP. I do want them to win. I do think they'll be.
MVP? When did you start calling them the MVP?
I said that on here and in our personal chat. I said I think you should win MVP.
No, I'm saying when did you start saying that though?
After Jalen.
Before or after Jalen collapsed? Was it before or after Jalen?
After Sirianni's play calling made Jalen collapse, and I started saying that. Jamar.
When he collapsed 3 games ago, or just the recent game? When did
the last 2 games of the season was bad.
Oh, okay, all right. I just for clarity, I was for clarity.
But again, I honestly think it's going to be San Fran and Baltimore in the Super Bowl again, and I think Baltimore is going to win again. That's what I'm
That'd be
going.
nice.
But I agree. Abdul. I
That's
agree with that.
interesting.
As long as Mahomes is still in the playoffs, I cannot bet. I would not bet against him being in the Super Bowl. He don't
Yeah,
miss.
with Mahomes and the Strike Mafia.
But Mahomes, as much as he get catered to a little bit by the league and all that, and they love Mahomes, but he is great. He don't miss in the playoffs, man. That dude he ball out when it's time to ball. Mahomes balls. He may be the most talented quarterback I think we ever seen in this league.
Now they play the Bills this weekend, right?
Yeah, and they used to play in the cold, so it don't phase them.
But they do got to go to Buffalo. That's a tough game. I'll be rooting for Kansas City because I just don't like the Bills. But that's gonna be a tough game for both squads.
Oh, it's gonna be a tough
It's
game.
gonna be a good
I agree.
matchup.
Who said the X-Men? I agree. I as much as I would like the Packers to beat the Niners, I don't see it happening unless Jordan Love do something spectacular. I don't see it happening. But it is a nice.
I feel like Jordan Love been a little overhyped after this. I mean, I'm not saying I think he's trash, but some of them passes he had to make, he was wide open. It wasn't like he was slicing and dicing.
Purdy, as you can say the same thing for Purdy. Purdy be having his players. They got.
I'm not concerned about Purdy. I'm talking about.
They got a lot. What I'm saying is they got coordinators that scheme plays open for both of their receivers really well.
No, and Dallas just stunk on defense.
I agree with what you're saying, Wayne, but they also got to remember they said since week 12, Jordan Love is the highest rated quarterback in the league. That's 5 weeks of balling. He's the highest rated. He has the highest rating since that point on, and that's in the crucial part of the schedule. So I don't know who they played. I mean, we got to look who they played against and all that. All that matters to a degree. But still,
I'm just saying that to say I do like Green Bay team as a whole, though. I that's the only same way I'm not sold on Purdy. I'm not sold on Love just yet, but that's why I think Green Bay does have a chance to win, though.
I do agree. Can't even call it. CJ is the real deal. I don't think they beat Baltimore this weekend, but Stroud, I would have sat out in the cold to watch that game. The seats was pretty good too. They was like row one. It was section 100 in like the 22nd row or something like that. But I would have loved to see that game. I got a
heated vest. You could have took my heated vest when I did chilling.
Yeah, that'd have been nice.
Put a little brandy in your hot chocolate. Man, you'd have been all right. You'd have been sweating.
I know. The only thing I don't worry about my son, I don't, the kids start getting out there. My hands cold, my feet cold, and then you forced to go inside for a minute, and you miss a big.
Oh no, we ain't going nowhere. That's a life lesson. Yeah. You don't get to go nowhere. That's life lesson. That's a life lesson. You better focus on the game and be happy you here. You said you wanted to be here. You here. This is what we do.
Yeah,
listen, me and DJ, me and my oldest, we said that one of them games, one of them Eagles games, it was freezing cold out that joint. We got the little free skimpy blanket they give you for signing up for the credit card that I'm gonna get denied for. You know what I'm saying? I had that little joint. I had a whiskey bottle. Man, we was all right up in that joint.
I'd have to give him a couple
some
shots.
Layers on.
He only 13, but I'd have, put a little hair on his chest. I had to give him some Henny or something like that.
Running around. Making snow angels.
Yeah. X-Men, I didn't say Mahomes was better than Brady. I think he will be. Brady has had a better career, but Mahomes, I don't know, man. I say talented wise as regards all the attributes. He has all the attributes you want your quarterback to have. He sees the defense. He reads defense is excellent. His arm, he got a rifle arm. He's deadly accurate. He can move. He's mobile. He can get out of trouble. He don't run to run. He actually runs to pass, but he runs when he needs to. The bull is incredible, man. I mean, he has it all. I can't hate.
He does. But the one thing I will give Brady that Brady didn't have that he does is a good coach for quarterbacks. Because Andy Reid, let's not sneeze at Andy Reid. Any quarterback that Andy Reid that came in contact with. You know what I'm saying? He done made that boy tight, made them better. So who was Belichick? What has Belichick done with all these other quarterbacks?
He's a defensive coach, so he's on it. That's the side about
but
it.
that's what I'm saying. So Brady came up under this defensive coach in that system over there, and then he went to Tampa and did it too. So that's the only thing I'm saying about Mahomes. I think Mahomes got all that other stuff, but
Brady
I don't know.
would
Mahomes be as good without Andy Reid?
Would Brady be as good without cheating? Because he got on 3 different cheating scandals. So
would he also be as good? Would he also be as good without them Belichick defenses? I mean, he might not have been an offensive guru, but his defenses was crazy. Like them.
He went to Tampa too,
huh? I mean, but that's when he already
became.
That's when he was already 20 years in the league by then. I'm talking about early on.
No, but see what you're saying is would he have won with those defenses?
I
get what you're saying, but
off the defense.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, do you think Belichick really developed him up as a quarterback like that?
No, I mean, he's a great quarterback on his own right. Like for one, you got to remember he came out of a premier college too. Michigan ain't no college to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? So he came out of a premier college, even though he was a late
and still got drafted in the 6th round, right?
Who was his quarterback coach? I don't know. He could have had a great quarterback coach that coached him. I don't know who was coaching, who they have on the staff. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get what you're saying, but all I'm saying is
behind the scenes that we ain't necessarily know about that was giving him game.
As talented as Pat Mahomes is, he came in under Andy Reid, and Andy Reid, to me, Andy Reid is a quarterback factory. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. The thing I will say about Mahomes is I don't remember him struggling at all. Like it ain't like he had went through some learning curve. He came right in his second year and balled completely out from the rip. Like it was no. Like that's why I just think he just gets it. Like it's some people who just get the game. Now does this offense and Andy Reid help him? Andy Reid's an offensive genius. Like I can't take that away from Andy Reid. I'm sure that helps, but it's the combination of both to me. I think he's just a great player who he just sees the field different, man. He got an arm.
I get that.
He don't get rattled easy. Like you see quarterbacks get rattled like Jalen Hurts from the blitz and all that. And I got a lot of love for Hurts. But that blitz was very obvious that was rattling. Mahomes standing that joint, move around like ain't nothing happening. The ball
McNabb would not be on Mahomes level. No, McNabb was too scared to be on Mahomes level. Mahomes got that swag. McNabb had fake swag. It was Mahomes like if stuff was going his way.
Yeah.
No, he's saying if you gave McNabb.
No, I'm talking about X-Men. X-Men said Mahomes is struggling with average wide receivers, something like that. But
hey, guess what? He's struggling and his team's still winning.
That's my point.
His team's still winning, though.
Wait, he is. And Brady, keep in mind, Brady didn't put up monster numbers until he got weapons. Like, let's remember that. Brady had solid stats when he had Troy Brown and all them. His stats were solid, but it wasn't he put up monster numbers when he got Randy Moss. He wasn't putting them type of crazy numbers.
It was before he got Randy Moss, because that year that they went against the Panthers, the year we lost to the Panthers, and then the Panthers went on to play them, it was a shootout between, what was it, Jake Delhomme and
I think only it was like what was the score of that game? Like 23, 24?
It was like 30-20 something that score that game, because it was expected to be a defensive game. If I'm not mistaken, they both, because Delhomme was putting up numbers too.
I gotta read that. I gotta pull that up. I gotta Panthers.
Hey, all right. Ampu Minds, appreciate the super chat. Says, don't act like Andy Reid, a quarterback whisperer. Remember, he thought Kevin Cobb was the franchise. Hey, so somebody can't be wrong on one. But when he had Alex Smith come over there, he had Alex Smith playing better. He had Donovan wasn't as good without him. He elevated what's his name, Mike Vick's passing game, and all these dudes give Andy Reid all these props. So I don't. Yes, it's a reason why they say that about Andy Reid. It is.
Yeah, Andy Reid that bull. I'm not hating on Andy Reid at all. I listen.
Hey, call it even. Nope. Don't tell me if McNabb had AJ Smith, he would have won a chip. No, he wouldn't have, because he had Terrell Owens, and he was so butthurt that he got booed when he got drafted that he did everything he could to hate on Terrell Owens. That's why that did not work. When T.O. came back, Donovan was jealous from the minute they started cheering T.O. Donovan was done with T.O. That's how come they got in arguments at certain times. And with Donovan, what?
Because Donovan did do some nutty things. But Donovan, their offense was awesome under him and T.O. They balled out together. It just got really nasty when T.O. wanted Donovan to speak up for him about his contract. and McNabb.
Donovan was jealous.
It wasn't about jealousy. It was just
Yes,
more
it was. Yes,
I
it
think
was.
Donovan was a little jealous too, though, bro.
Even if he was jealous, they had much success. The proof was in the pudding. They balled out together.
But this is what I'm telling you. And they did. And in the Super Bowl, and I even remember a game specifically in that year when we were playing, I think we were playing against Cincinnati. Was it Cincinnati? It was somebody who got that cornerback. It was like the one of them top cornerbacks or something out there. And T.O. was killing them dudes. And we was coming back, and Donovan purposely wasn't passing to him like later on in the game. It was like, what's going on?
I don't think he was.
Oh, I absolutely remember that. And the fact when T.O. came back and all this other, Donovan throwing interceptions trying to force it to Freddie Mitchell. Like, come on, man. Donovan was a sucker. He was a sucker after that.
Don't forget, there was tape that came up by the NFL that they destroyed, saying that they had our plays and everything for the Super Bowl. So
that's the defense. They ain't got nothing to do with the offense.
It does have something to do with we lost the
defense
game.
stopped the offense.
So did it have anything to do with when Donovan came out in the first drive and he tried to throw the fade to the corner to Westbrook and they picked it off and they gave us a play back, threw the flag, he threw the pick. He threw the pick. Yeah, thank you. Can't even call. See, can't even call. You know it. It was the Broncos game against Champ Bailey. Exactly. And T.O. was killing it. And Donovan purposely ain't trying to pass it to him.
The Patriots definitely
handle number one.
Listen, was Donovan who's the question? Was he on Mahomes level? That's what the question was.
I guess he was saying if you'd have gave Donovan those weapons, he would have been
Donovan would have been better. I agree with that because when he got weapons, he played well when he had
Thrash and they gave him Charles Johnson.
When he got T.O., when he had Deshaun Jackson, he played better. When we had Dante Stallworth, he even played better with Dante Stallworth. And then Garcia came in there and balled out with Dante Stallworth too. But McNabb was balling. Like McNabb played better with weapons. Any quarterback going to play better with weapons for the most part. But I don't think he would be on Mahomes level. I agree, Abdul. He said Mahomes is IQ level. He LeBron IQ level. I agree with that. I think he see the game.
I can see that.
He sees the game like the Matrix. That he reads the game very well. I don't think it's too much you could do to trick him. He's a savant. Some boys is like that. Like Brady was like that too. I'm not hating on Brady. I mean, you had players like even Peyton Manning, dudes you just see the game differently. Like and has the arm strength, all the other physical attributes to not only see it but then make the play. And that's what Mahomes could do. You can't count that dude out right now. And truth be told, I think that's what level Lamar Jackson's getting to. I think Lamar Jackson's getting to that level. I don't think he's as good as passer right now as Mahomes. But the couple games I watched Lamar Jackson play, and CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is actually looking like that too. CJ Stroud, Lamar Jackson.
We would have won that Super Bowl because we were a well-balanced team. We also ran the ball really well. And it was until our fullback, I think it was John Ritchie, when he got hurt midway through the season, that kind of changed the complexion also how I get that offense prior to John Ritchie messing up his neck. That offense was nice. You had T.O., you had him with Westbrook. We was tight. We would have won a Super Bowl, and they cheated us out the Super Bowl.
I agree with that. I do. I agree with that.
But see, this is where, and I get it. I know they saw tapes. To me, I do think that's the major reason that New England won. Because in the second half of that game, every time we went to blitz, it's like Brady already knew we was blitzing.
He knew what was going on.
Every time, and they dropped that screen off right behind. It was like they didn't never run the screen to as soon as I was like, it's something like they gotta know what we doing. It was obvious. But that being said, in the first half, the defense was holding the Patriots in check. And like I said about Donovan, he went back there and he threw that first pick. And then they got called a pass interference. He got a chance to do it again, and he threw it again. And it wasn't just a great defensive play. He choked. The ball choked.
He played well in Spurs. I think
that's the other thing. Remember, he was so worried about that week talking about something. I don't want to talk about a black quarterback. I'm just a quarterback. Like, shut up and ball.
Hey, X-Men, I'm going to address your comment in a second, too. But you got to remember, I think it was a lot of choking going on from even Andy Reid. Remember, we used to always talk about Andy Reid's adjustments at the halftime and how he used to struggle with that and all that. And remember, if y'all remember, I think he, in my opinion, one of the worst coaching decisions in a Super Bowl in a long time. It got outshadowed by the coaching job Atlanta did one time. They let Tom Brady come back from being down like 28-3. It was some terrible coaching in that game. But if y'all remember, we scored a touchdown. That too. We scored a touchdown, and it was like, I think over 2 minutes left. We had all 3 timeouts. Instead of kicking the ball off, and all New England was going to do was run the ball. You waste your 3 timeouts plus your 2-minute warning. Then they punt it back to you. You got better field position. We try the onside kick. They get the ball at the 50, run, punt it, and then pin us inside the 20. Now we struggling. We waste all our timeouts, and now we pin way back in against our own end zone trying to score. That was a terrible decision. I never forget when I watched it. I saw it. I said, "Why are you not kicking off? Why are you trying to onside kick?" It was stupid in my opinion. It was no need to try onside kick. That being said, X-Man, he said the Chiefs ain't scored with 22 points all year. Do you realize how bad them receivers was? Remember the drop against us? Remember all
we benefited from it. But Tim would give Jalen props for that game.
Bruh, it was so many games I watched the Chiefs. Those boys were dropping passes all year. It started at the very first game of the year. Remember the boy Tony? The Chiefs fans was clowning because he dropped like 2 or 3 passes going across.
That was a Thursday night game, right?
Yeah, the very first game of the year, he came up lame, and it never changed all throughout the season. So, bro, listen, I'm not here to be all extra Joe about Mahomes, but recognize real. The boy is incredible, man. If you take any other quarterback outside of Pat Mahomes right now at this moment, you're doing yourself a disservice. You really are.
Only thing about Mahomes, though, I don't trust his decision making. When I look at the chick that he settled down with, no, never mind.
Oh, you talking about his personal? He's talking about personal life. Football decision making is one thing. Personal life is a whole other thing. But because they were cheating, that's why he kicked it. I can't even call it. I mean, is that an argument? Yeah, but you still got to go. I think with the clock management, you got to put your team in better position. You pretty much set your team up to get pinned back inside the 20, and that's exactly what happened. And that's why McNabb, he was trying to force it and ended up throwing that interception, which ended the game. But all that being said, it's going to be a good football weekend, man. You got CJ Stroud and Lamar Jackson going against each other. You got Pat Mahomes and Wayne the Ethan Bull, Josh Allen going against each other. You got the young gun Jordan Love going up against the young gun Brock Purdy and the defense of San Fran. It's going to be some banging games this weekend, man. It should be some good football, bro. I'm all tied in. I'm dialed in, and I think the Ravens game is the first one. They tomorrow at 4:30. I think that's the first game.
What time the Eagles play?
Okay. All right. Time to end the show, Tim. Time to wrap it up.
Thank y'all for watching. The Sixers play. They play the Charlotte. I don't
Charlotte
know
tomorrow.
Charlotte, but,
I'll be watching the Baltimore game.
They can't even call it the shame of it is T.O. was actually going to be the MVP of that game if they could have pulled it out. T.O. would have been the MVP of that game.
They almost did, but they cheated. That's what happens when you cheat. But anyway, y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. We're going to catch y'all on the next podcast. We are out. Enjoy your week.
All right.
Don't play in the snow. No, seriously, don't play